Alright, algebraic reasoning, this is the notes for Friday. So we are looking at solving now by subtracting quadratic functions. So same thing that you did with subtracting linear, except we're adding that x squared term in. Okay. So for number 1, go in and plug this into your calculator, into y equals, and fill in your table. So this is going to become 2, -1, -2, -1, and 2. Then, same thing, next one, plug that one into y equals, fill in your table, so you've got 5, 0, -3, -4, and -3. Alright, and then finally, notice I've got f of x minus g of x, so I'm subtracting right there. So I'm doing 2 minus 5, which is -3, -1 minus 0, which is -1, -2 minus -3. Be careful there, it's 1. -1 minus -4, I've got 3. And then 2 minus -3 is 5. Be careful with those signs, especially with negatives and negatives on those numbers. You're putting a minus in between them, so be careful with that. Alright, number 2, table's already filled in, so we're just subtracting. Again, this word up here. Please remember the word difference. You're going to see it. There's a reason I'm stressing it. So 9 minus 8 is 1. 4 minus 5 is -1. 1 minus 4 is -3. And 0 minus 5 is -5. So that is number 2. Number 3, it's that algebraic. It's the harder piece, but it is what you got to do to be able to color your packet. So make sure you know how to do these. Notice I have a of x minus b of x and b of x minus a of x. They're going to look different, so please pay attention. So on the first one, I have a of x first. I'm going to write x squared minus 4. And then subtract, because that's the sign that's there, x squared. I got to squeeze that in, plus x, and then minus 5. I didn't leave enough space there. Sorry about that. So x squared minus x squared. Well, those actually cancel. You don't have an x, so you just got 0 minus x, so it's a negative x. And then -4 minus -5 becomes 1. I wrote those backwards. This right here should have been b of x, how I did it. And then this right here is minus a of x. That's my bad for messing that up. So we're going to do this one the opposite way. This is why it matters. A of x minus b of x. So I'm going to write my a of x equation first. So x squared plus x minus 5 minus my b of x. So x squared minus 4. So again, these cancel. Then I have x minus 0, so it's x, and -5 minus -4, which is minus 1. I'm going to zoom down so that you can see that. So it's x squared minus x squared. It cancels or gives you 0. X minus 0 gives you x, and then -5 minus -4 gives you a -1. So your final answer, n of x equals x minus 1, m of x equals -x plus 1. Y'all see the difference in those two equations? That's why it's important that you check the order, since I didn't even do it on that one. Please be careful. Alright, number 4. Number 4. Alright, again, m of x, we're going to put a of x on top. I'm going to make sure I do it this time. So 2x squared plus 3x minus 2. On top, and then minus 3x squared plus 4x minus 6. Draw my line. So 2 minus 3 is a negative x squared. 3 minus 4 is a negative x. And then -2 minus -6 is plus 4. Alright, n of x. We've got now b of x first, so 3x squared plus 4x minus 6 minus 2x squared plus 3x minus 2, draw that line, 3 minus 2, well, that gives me x squared. 4 minus 3 plus x, and then negative 6 minus negative 2 gives me minus 4. So m of x equals negative x squared minus x plus 4, and n of x equals x squared plus x minus 4. Again, this is why order matters, and you've got to make sure you read those equations. Please make sure you're paying attention. That's where you're going to mess up on your test, on your quiz, on your worksheet, all of those. All right, now number 5, notice I've got a quadratic and I have a linear. So I have an x squared and then I have one without an x squared. Still check your order. We're going to start with f of x first. So negative 3x squared plus 4x minus 3. And then I have g of x, so I'm going to subtract. Again, line those up, so minus 3x goes with my 4x, and then plus 5. So negative 3 minus, well, there's nothing there, so I just have negative 3x squared. 4 minus negative 3 gives me plus 7x, and then negative 3 minus 5 gives me a negative 8. And that is my answer right there. Alright, I would like for you to stop now and try number 6 and 7 on your own, and then go check it with the worksheet that's hanging on the board. So go check it with the yellow sheet again, make sure you can do 6 and 7, and once you've done number 6 and 7, go ahead and start on your packet. Pages 7, it's written on the board, 7 and 8. Do those for today, page 7 and 8. All right, please study. You do have a quiz when I come back on Monday. It will be covering subtracting these functions, so make sure you know how to do them. Your packet will be due on Wednesday.